Guys, hey everybody, what's up? You got Lady Hippy? We're still at the bar. As you can see, I'm dashing in here in the middle of the afternoon instead of my early morning, which I usually do. I prefer early morning. I'm not as rushed. So I'm sorry, but you're going to see the process. I don't have help of how I keep this silly thing on my head with it able to listen in at what I'm saying. And so, all right. We're getting some glitches here today as well. We got some weather coming in. Well, it's really here. Okay, so, and I'm the sound mixer, so I'm blooming everybody. I'm just saying. Usually, this is a lot of fussing that I do. And it's still, I have to just right. I'm just mean like that. Yeah. I'm just putting you guys through anything and everything, like it says in the title. Entertainment purposes only. Get a freaking grip. You're going to need it. I've already had that kind of morning and afternoon, as you can see. Again, entertainment purposes only. I'm the sound mixer. I am the makeup artist. I am, well, I'm just that good. No, I don't make money at that. And y'all can bloom and see why. Just don't, no hate comments. I'm old. I'm tired. Get a grip. So I've already managed to spill half of one of my shots. And I didn't even set sound. I basically sat down and went, oh, it's live. I've been uptown and done all that stuff. And again, managed. My husband gets me my little whiskey toppers with this fireball, those 7 fireballs, and I love that because the whiskey is nice and smooth, and then the cinnamon pall, and just goes, your whole face is going, bitch. You want to relax? And so I will set that there. It's got its lid on it. I've got my Nana Day Over Fabulous cup since I don't have my roses. I need to let all of you know the truth. Yeah, signs and stuff. I do love people, I got to admit. I love going uptown because I never seem to I guess I do it subconsciously. Yeah, I'm going to move around just like you do at the bar. So, yes, I do love going uptown. I dress for when I go out, depending on where. If it's the grocery store, some lovely little vintage dress or something like that, generally. If it's ugly like it is now, it'll be either one of my long 18th century type looking coats, almost like a hat and tails coat kind of thing. It pulls together in the back. And so it's a cute look and it's great. I love that. It goes with shirts, dresses, everything. And so when I pop out in jeans and boots, I have several that I like. One of them my husband bought me that I just adore that the cats got to last year. I'm looking to find a replacement for it. And it was thin leather, and I've tried to patch it, but it just swept on the ground behind me. I loved it. It was like a full cape, and it didn't hamper my movement because it just flew behind me. And so I'm in it for another week. I love trying to get all my everything done in August. It never goes as planned. I'm hoping to see my granddaughter this weekend for her 12th birthday, which was last Friday. And bless her heart, she had a sleepover with friends. So I hope she had a good time. Sure, she did. She's a great kid. I almost can't say kid. She's taller than me now. And she's changed her hair a lot in the last 2 years. It used to be so beautiful and long. And I remember at that age, mine was beyond my back. It was actually down just about maybe 4 or 5 inches above the knee and the back. So it was really long. And the doctors told the mother on one of my checkups, as we were adopted, we had to do these things. I remember the polio sugar cubes. Yes, I'm that old. This thing tasted good. You didn't notice. And just put a drop on there, but it worked great. We can eradicated polio. And so, yeah, I'm doing all that. And she's, so I'm running around. I'm getting all this done. And it's kind of ugly here. So I'm in, the knee boots and regular pair of jeans. I grabbed a different blouse because I knew I was going out and I was beyond. I wouldn't have a lot of time. So you have to forgive me. It's one of my go-to blouses. It works great with jeans. You can even take it in for a good look. It's pleated in the front. You guys can't see a lot of me. Sometimes I look at these and I never usually get to edit. And I go, oh, I was down here. So I try to at least get up in the screen here. As you can see, I still have to paint the door. I know, I know, I know. Again, I'm running late. This isn't usually what's going on at this time of day. I usually get ready to feed the poor wee babies outside that are just desolate. Nobody cares. But me and my husband and the neighbors know that we just help take care of the stray animals. We make sure they have food and water. And yes, it's costly. It is. We give them 2 cans a day as well of moist food that we put in, wrap their dry food in, so they get some moist food. And if you feed one, there's more to come, especially down here. And they're usually picked up by neighbors and so forth and so on. I think some may actually grab them and take them up to the kill shelter. I hope not. This is why we don't do it. I mean, they will come right up and I can pet them. I've been feeding them off and on for years. They come and go. Other neighbors in the area. We live in a subdivision, but we're the first basic. Well, when you come into the subdivision, you have to kind of jag a little right and then make an immediate right. So actually, jog a little left, make an immediate right, and as you come around that curve, it curves. We are the first house there. There's a house on the opposite corner, and it starts that side. There's 2 homes as you come just to the curve. As you come around the curve, it's our house, and then it goes back this way into a cul-de-sac, and then the subdivision. Nah. I hate driving around in my own subdivision because I just never do it. And I'm like, where is the exit? I can stand still in my backyard and get lost trying to get back to the back door. Yeah, just love it. Just love it. Yeah, well, what you gonna do? I've seen some things. I've been like the last 2 podcasts showed. I've been avoiding like the plague, looking at what's going on in the UK. The United Kingdom is imploding. I don't agree with this mess, fellas. I don't. If you and I agree, you guys should have raised your hand. They're stopping traffic for protests for Palestine. These people didn't know what they were chanting. They were chanting October 7th should be happening again. River to the sea, meaning death for everyone in between. They didn't seem to understand that either. And it's just, you slap them once, slap them twice, and slap them again. I would. Going to 85,000 a year colleges and going, uh, I'd slap them if I was the interviewer. I used to run a paper. So bring it. You got something to say about what I just said? I keep doing that, guys. It's social Woodstock. It's like I get to say what I believe and want too. And that's just you get to say what you believe and want to all the damn time. And somebody up there's got a microphone in your blooming faces. Shut the hell up. And you other you other guys that are out there protesting about this nonsense, shut the hell up. If you can't protest without hurting anybody or anything, then keep your ass at home. I do not care what side you fall on. You're an ass. You need to knock it off. I saw one boy, and y'all out there in these full ass masks because you know what you're doing ain't right. Why would you be doing it if it ain't right? If it ain't right, don't damn do it. It's a simple, it's not rocket science, people. Again, bring it. If you got a problem with it, I got to say, I don't really give a shit. No, I really don't. Yeah, not sorry, me. So, yeah, get your asses up here and tell me, explain to me that. Explain to me. I actually heard one freaking idiot and his stupid ass wife sitting there bobbing her head. Yeah, I just want people are that stupid. They were asking them what they thought about the shooting and near death of former President Trump. And there's like, for a few minutes, I really, really thought it was true. And then I realized it was just an act. So the dude that died just was acting poorly. The 2 that were sent in serious near death condition were bad actors. Oh, yeah. The shooter themselves finally got their heads peeled back after 8 rapid fire shots. Count them. 3 and a group of 5. And then you wait a little bit and you hear it. It would be the Secret Service sniper going, oh, damn, I don't think he's supposed to be there. Yeah, that long haired boy that come up on that silver and red ladder. Yeah, I think, yeah. 28 seconds, folks. You know how long 28 seconds is when somebody's pointing an automated rifle at your ass? Huh? Yeah, it's freaking a long time. The Secret Service did not get to the former president until after the 8 shots were fired. Actually, I have to review it again, but I think they actually waited for the ninth. And then this was the stupid thing. This man is a graduate of West Point. He's a graduate of military school, et cetera, et cetera. Check out West Point, folks. You can't hardly get in there, and you can't, in order to get through that 4 years, you got to be something like Patton and Eisenhower and Grant and Lee. You got to freaking be something. You got to be recommended just to get in the doors of West Point. Yeah, you got to have a lot of money. Yeah, that's what it's good to be the king. Get over it. Okay. Now, this man is smart. He realized in a nanosecond he had time to go, oh, and bam. He did not hesitate. He hit the dirt. He knew when he touched his ear, he brought it to his face as he was about to go down. He knew in a nanosecond he was being killed. They were trying to kill him. It's amazing. Had he not done this and that, he would have been a dead man. And then there are stupid comments coming in about, oh, they missed. You have one job, you freaking jackasses. I got further words. If you want to come on, it's right of you. Yeah, he knew. And so he hit the dirt. He saved his own freaking life. The man who died jumped on his family that had been killed. He died. Fireman. A hero. Feel good about that? Yeah. You feel good about that? And you're talking, oh, they were inept. They were this, that. Yeah, I don't hear no damned excuses. There ain't no damned excuse. You're there to what? What's your job? To make sure they can't kill this man. You didn't drop the ball. You never had the ball. You didn't want to know where the ball was because you knew what was coming down the damn court. You didn't even want to look at the ball. You didn't want to see a ball. Don't bring the ball. Inept. Incompetent. Oh, my ass. It's flat out treason. Treacherous treason. Murderers. Attempted murderers and assassination attempted. And these people are walking around. That detail. The bitch that used to be sitting up there that Biden put there. Yeah, I use the word bitch right freely. I'm an Army vet myself. And I used to be in charge of things. And had that shit gone down in my department, the first thing I would have done was throw myself on my gun. Actually, the second thing, because the first thing, it would never freaking happen. And I'm just an old woman who's been out for decades. There's no excuse. None. No. They can sit there and play, with the senators all day long and be, oh, I don't have that information. Oh, I don't have. Well, what the hell are they doing there? Why don't you ask those sorry sons of bitches? And I do not apologize. Yeah, their parents must be real proud. So now, didn't you ask these bastards before they walk their ass up in there? Do you have any information to share? If that's a no, do not come in. Screw that. Have one of the security members ask them before they get to the floor. Don't waste your damn time. Your senators, do something for real. Now, okay, the broad that was up there, she resigned. Oh, yippee skippy. They put in an acting director. Had a boy this time. Doesn't matter. They could have put a kangaroo in there. They'd have got more done. No, there's no excuse. No, they don't have that information. They ain't never going to have that information because they wanted to make sure they didn't have that information as to when the back turned. And then after the 8-9 shots go by, what happens? Now, Trump is smart cooking. Like I said, he dove for the dirt. He knew that the bunting and stuff around there was steel. So he knew that. But at the same time, he's like 6'4", 6'5". He didn't have any cover up here. All he had down here was the wooden podium, unless they made that steel. I don't think so, as shabby as it looked. Yeah. This guy's right there. I don't see how anybody who's on the roofs, they had teams on the roofs, how they could miss this bitch. Okay, let me move my scope right here. There's a guy with a ladder over there. We're gonna let's put it over this way a little bit. Yeah. They're not in the scope now. We're good. No, I'm not General Patton. You don't freaking have to be. It's not rocket science. So, you guys can take that with a grain of sand. Come try to talk to me. Tell me what the hell is going on here. If you actually believe this nonsense, this bullshit, this immediately incredible crap they're trying to throw down your faces again. Yeah. They never caught who killed John Kennedy. Oh yeah, Lee Harvey Oswald, Jeff Ruby, all that. Yeah. No. Look at how the man shot. Yeah. He rocks backward, rocks forward. The one that hits him in the head from the back tore his entire head off. Look at the autopsy photos. You little munchkins. Don't try to tell me. Do your damn homework. Look it up. What does the Secret Service do? Hmm? What do they do? What's their main objective? To protect the freaking president. That's right. And what did they do on July 7th? Anybody? Show of hands. Yeah, you're as confused as the rest of us are. They didn't do a damn thing. Then they jerked him up after the shooting's done and the guys had already been killed. They jerk him up. He's a foot taller than the bitches who are trying to find their holster. I'd have killed him in the first 3 seconds. If I'd have been on the roof, there would have been a whole lot of dead people before they got to me. Not to mention it had been covered. Yeah, you're going to die no way. You might as well take out as many as you can if that's what your job is. Yeah, this guy had no training. He practiced the day before when he got the ladder and stuff. He got him some bullets. 3 and 5, and then you can hear the difference in the shots, different weapons, or at least most of us can. I've heard others say this, that we're not veterans. I just happen to be a veteran. I grabbed that footage a minute or two after this was done, pulling in every bit of footage that was uploaded to everything. And this is perfectly filmed. You cannot get away from the fact that the Secret Service, A, doesn't get there till all the shots are fired. Then they jerk him up like, you missed him. Here you go. And Trump's like this. At that point, he don't give a shit. He's looking for him now. Gentleman wanted to fight. He wanted to throw. I would have wanted to throw down. Hell, I did. The whole thing pissed me off. It's bad enough the Secret Service supposedly can't do their jobs, but you had state, city, county, police out there. Police said what? Huh? Pay somebody up there in their hand a beer? One thing, I looked at some of the clips. The cops couldn't walk past a donut ever. They sure as hell couldn't have run a 540 or whatever. No, they couldn't have done that. The women who'd been assigned this post, I was ashamed of. If I was the acting director and I was going to send women, I'd get them bitches that looked like they were 6'7". Yeah, those are the ones I would have sent. Make sure they knew where their holster was. Make sure that they could communicate with everybody. Do you see that guy on that ladder? Yeah, that they're talking about. How hard is that? You could see the freaking guy on the ladder from space. Yeah, they were up there trying everything. Finally, telegraphed. The shooter. The shooter. Morse code. They just wasn't answering that shit. Did they know they made a mistake? No, they did not make a mistake. That's something everybody needs to cotton to. They did not make a mistake that day. No, they didn't. The only mistake that was made was by the shooter. He had him, and he moved his head. And he didn't know what he was doing. One shot, one kill. Couldn't have done that 42. Got up the ladder in space. SOS, Morse code. Do you know Morse code? It's not funny at all, but it is, because I keep hearing people going, yeah, they just did their job. They were incompetent. Incompetent does not count when you're Secret Service. You don't go in and go, hey, you got any incompetent bitches? I need some officers down here for the former president's rally. I don't want the good ones. Them short bitches right over there that can't find their host. Let me have some of them. They may hide this, like I said, it's entertainment purposes only. I'm not sure if I pronounced that correctly. These things kind of go to me after too. I'm reaching for anything that has a light. I'd say forgive me, but at this point, it really doesn't make a shit to me. It doesn't. No. What I said when I saw this, and I went through this, like I said, for days before I spoke out. And I know there of which I speak, so do the rest of them have commented. I've seen many. I've seen veterans. I've seen sharpshooters. I've seen the baker up there talking about it. Then you get the, as they say, the other side. There's not another side, people. There's not another. There's the truth, and then there's idiots. There's not another freaking side. What side? What side do you have against truth? Untruth? Disdain? What? Come, bring it. I keep asking you shit faces to come on out and bring it up. Talk to an old woman and try to convince me. Like these, and these were two older people that were going, well, we almost thought it was true. It was all an act. And even the even the person that asked the question was smart enough to go, okay, the guy died. you know, and I give and shout out to Trump. He went to the funeral. God bless him and kept it up there for a while. Kept his jacket stuff in a place. Bless the man. No, first I don't vote because I get onto another stage when I do this. Look it up, and now they're saying Google is too big, like they did my bell. Y'all don't remember that problem. Like the two older people and the reporter said, somebody died, right? And they're like, oh, he doesn't care how many people he kills. Yeah. You guys got to quit letting the inmates run the asylum. It's just never going to come out well. You just know it's not going to end well that way. And yet they're walking and talking. I would have thought they needed Thorazine. I mean, one of their jackets where you hug yourself. Those people scared the shit out of me. What? Yeah. This is why I don't try to talk about this because, like I said, I don't know if they'll keep it up. I don't give a shit. Again, it's social Woodstock. Everybody who's out there, if you hear me, if nothing else, and you disagree, I would love to catch one of you who disagrees. I thought live chat, but I forgot. I didn't throw live chat on. Let me throw that up. Either way, you throw it in the comments, you throw it on live chat. You can come in later. I don't care. Just I dare you. Afraid of an old woman? Yeah. Anyway, they're trying to get Google, I guess, parceled off. Nobody said anything about Verizon being too big or Virgin. What's the matter? He's got his own space command. That's not a problem. Okay, and then we graduate on to Elon Musk. Oh, you gotta love this man. Yeah. How much do you pay for X? These people had too much fracking money. Share a little. Open the soup freaking kitchen. We got 10 million people ain't going to work. I don't give a good God bless if there is something for them to do. They look at Gaza. They got free housing. They got free rent. Basically, they got free electricity. They got free gas, free water. They got free food. They got free money to use building tunnels. All of it on the taxpayer. Have you tried to be on your Social Security as a taxpayer? Yeah, look that shit up before you turn 65. Because, by the way, all that stuff that you're paying into Medicaid and Medicare, they put you in automatically at 65. You wouldn't believe how much that shit costs. They told me 174 a month. Fuck, I don't, excuse me, somewhat. I don't even see my doctor but like twice a year. They do nothing. They ask questions, okay, I'll refill your scripts. And I need to pay how much? Couple $1,000s a year? For what? And where the hell is my Medicaid and my Medicare funds? Why are you taking it out of my Social Security? Say that 3 times fast. Social Security. I'm being facetious, but just a little bit. Y'all need to look that shit up. You 40s, going to 50 something, look that shit up. That shit gonna come up and bet you in the ass real fast. You ain't even gonna know you're 65 and you're gonna get a phone call because you in arrears because we've been taking this shit out on you. Bank's got a problem. We tell them. I gotta say, surprised the hell out of me too. Didn't say I was mother of the freaking year. I brought my glasses because half the time I can't see unless it's closer. Yeah, and today I've got my camera closer in, which you're all probably going to move it up. That's okay. I'm old. I'm fat. I'm quiet. Never quiet. You just can't put me in a freaking corner. You can try. I'd like to see that. I'd pay good money to see that. He ain't takers yet. Yeah, Elon Musk, he's got plenty of money. It's all right. Stand back. At least he knows which one is going to try to say, hey, we got 10 million and you shitheads already. Have you seen New York? No, no. You need to stay in Guadalajara. What the hell ever. I don't care if it's Nigeria. I don't care where you're from. Palestine, in particular, is a bad one. Again, the Gaza Strip offered them everything. They had it for free. And then, of course, you're terrorists. Once you voted in, you never had an election. Screw that. Y'all said you voted in. No, you're cannon fodder, and you know it. When your kid calls and says, "Oh, I killed a bunch of kids and lopped off their heads today," you know you people are going to hell, right? I just, you know, I don't care if you have a mosque here. I don't care if you pray 1,800 times a day in Mecca. You're still going to hell. Yeah, read that. Read it. Read the Quran. There is a passage that says you have to kill the infidels. And guess what, folks? Anybody out there know who the infidels are? Show your hands. Yeah. No Catholics, no Christians, no evangelicals. Nobody take up on that. Okay. I could make it a point of contention, but I'm running late today. I'm even having more than my 3 usual puffs on one of these, my little cigars. Used to smoke them in Europe. Roots, they didn't have this. That's what it reminds me of. My husband's been great about getting this for me because I'm not allowed to smoke. So I cheat a little bit when I'm on. Bend the rules. Mm. No, folks, it doesn't walk. The dog don't hunt. None of that passes the smell test. I've had people stay 15 years with me. They passed the smell test. You know the old adage, it's like fish, stay warm 3 days. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, come on. Some of you are my age. It seems like it's just like Gaza. The Israelis have been paying these people off for decades. Sure, go ahead. We built new apartments up for you. Sure, here's another 15 billion from the U.S. They're keeping it quiet. That's the whole problem with Trump. He doesn't believe in this one. He believes in America, like George Washington, like Thomas Jefferson, like Robert E. Lee, for example. They go, oh, he did care. Yes, he believed did care. The man was a West Point graduate. Grant was a freaking friend of his. They all knew each other. None of them wanted that war. None of them. Most of them didn't like President Lincoln, even after they won the war, which is how they managed to kill the man at a theater. He didn't have any guards. And on that occasion, your name will be Mudd because the name of the doctor who cared for Booth was his name, Dr. Mudd. Isn't that a coincidence? Your name will be Mudd. Yeah, they hanged a couple of people out there over that shit. Yeah, the lady that rented him a room, and they hung that broad. Yeah. Mm-hmm. When it happens to a former president 100 years later, they was incompetent. No, they were traitors and should have been accounted as such and treated as such. Treason and traitor used to be you were found guilty of that shit, they hung your ass. If you were lucky, they shot your ass. Firing squad. Ready right, ready left. I think hanging's too good for him personally. And Trump has to be damn skippy on his toes. Love his son, by the way. I was glad to see him graduate. It's beautiful, beautiful first lady, his third wife. No judgment here. I'm just saying that was a beautiful woman, classy woman, intelligent woman. All of the above rolled into one young lady, beautiful woman. And they tried to give them shit. And Barron too, their son. Bullshit. And their children. He took his entire empire that he built his entire life and handed it to his children to run. So he would have no ties at all while he was president. He didn't take one dime as a president. The rest of these bitches, have you seen them? Oh yeah, they're rich when they walk in, but they're multi-rich when they walk out. Oh yeah, that's not the way it was because he didn't take bribes. He didn't believe anybody else taking bribes. He didn't believe any of his people taking bribes. He didn't believe that you should pay who, that you should pay NATO, that you should pay the UN more than all of the third world countries put together were when they hated your ass. They wouldn't do shit. No. And they hated the fact that this man knew it. He saw it. He called it. He fixed it. They hated his ass because he stopped immigration. They hated his ass because he stopped all travel for a year or so because of the pandemic. That man saved thousands of lives. Is this accredited to him for his reign? No, no, not at all. And if it is, it's because somebody else did it. You know, Fossey was a wonderful piece of shit, wasn't he? I love that guy. Mm-hmm. Gonna love it. Anybody out there? Have you watched the Senate hearings on these bitches? They don't know shit. They don't have shit. They can't answer a question for shit. But they will talk all day long until the senator runs out of time on said question. And even the senators got to cotton to it, and they said, "Wait a fucking minute, you, you ain't gonna answer that shit. Just say so, because I got a limited time here." Okay. Still, it's my funny bone because people don't seem to understand this shit. Again, it's not rocket science. I think those with an eighth grade education could pull this off. Oh yeah, they are. I forgot. They just made up those facts and those bios. People, check it out. Follow the freaking money. Follow the money. And again, how does a Secret Service member be incompetent? How do you do that? How do you do that? You train for X amount of years. You are the creme de la creme. You're the top of the top. You're the major Secret Service. You the agent. Mind you, they call them agents. Secret Service agents, not officers. They are an agent. Like Man from Uncle, if those in my crowd would want a reference. Yet they couldn't protect one man until after all the shots had been fired and said shooter was dead. Then they could get around him and pull him up. They couldn't protect him because he was a foot taller. The women were still throwing their hands up and shit. One dude's like this because the woman is that much shorter. And here Trump is buried by these guys. Finally, he comes out like this from the middle of the pile. Love that flag behind his head. I knew the other side hated that. I don't know why there's only two sides, by the way. I still like this is social. It's anybody's means of saying this shit doesn't pass the smell test. Okay. Same with we can't send anything else to Israel because it's like slowing down and we got to fix all this other stuff. When you yourselves can see on live, believe it or not, which shocked me, on CNN, MSNBC, these guys are getting live shots of the highest position in America, the person holding that honor. And the Secret Service are going, follow the guy that's doing this. This right here. You have to turn left. This is where your home. Okay, good. No, not somebody catch him. He missed the turn. I've seen one of the Secret Service guys will run out holding an ice cream cone. Get over here. Come get the ice cream. Of course, a lot of these are skits, but they're spot on. I imagine these about everybody stand-up comics would go to at this point. I need to go to the comedy club. It has been a long time. Although people say I'm funny. I love to sit in the front. I always sat in the front and played back and forth with whoever was, doing the stand-up, because that's what stand-up is. That's why they call it stand-up. You got jokes, you're screwing with the crowd and they're interacting, and that's part of stand-up. At least it is when I'm in the audience. How good are you? You're not thinking, oh, okay, well, let me help you out. I've gotten old and I love it. I am not trying to be something else. I'm not trying to be the person who runs this hospital or this part of the hospital or the one that runs this section in the military. I don't have to do that anymore. And so I wanted to start a podcast. I wanted to see who else was out there that was like me, retired and going, what the shit did they just do? Seriously, what the hell did they just do? No, they didn't just say they were incompetent. Have you seen these things? Have you gone to the hearings and looked on it? You anybody can have this. I love this media. The 21st century is so freaking awesome. If you were born in the middle of the 20th century, you would know that this shit is the bomb. It really is. So use it. It's free. Come see me. Hit the like, hit the share. Subscribe. You can undo it in a second. You can do it in a second. If you don't like me, please bring it because I would love to see the other side here. I'm never going to see the other side. Yeah, just 2 or 3 times at least to see if you could get through. Is there any freaking body in there? Do they have any oxygen on your stupid planet? Because these people need to be off our planet. They're a waste of fracking space, every blooming one of them. And you can't ask them any questions because whatever question you ask, they're like, why did you vote for so and so? Well, they were female. Oh my God, which is the new thing for this Harris person. I call her the giggle girl. She's like me. When she's got nothing to say, she giggles a lot. Unfortunately, I just giggle a lot in between what I got to say because I always have a lot to say. And now I can. And I could do it on air. I had people go, don't you get a little nervous? You don't know who's going to see that. I don't give a shit who sees this. I don't. I think this is what all of us should be doing, not giving a shit and talking to each other. Stop being afraid. I get this a lot too. And I wanted to interview people. I started this at the beginning of this year in January. And my husband and my only child, my son, bought me starter kits to do this. Now, my husband knew I wanted I call it the boom mic and the golden mic. So he made sure his package had this. And my son sent me the package, that's the whole thing too. And so I use that for interviews. And I hear from a lot of, and I very rarely have interviews. And no, I do not make money doing this. Again, this is an easy way to do it because I'm not responsible to anybody. I'm just me. And if you don't like that, I dare you. Come see my ass. Get a chair, pull up to the bar. I'll get you a drink, whatever you want. 2 or 3, beyond me. Yeah, cowards. Most of the time, I don't get any bait. Well, I should say I don't get any bites. I got plenty of bait. I keep waiting for the Blackhawks to land on the lawn. I get bored. What can I say? So I do these. I try to every day, and there are others who have said, "Well, it's because you have it's named Lady Hippie, and hippie has a bad connotation as people who are drug addicts." And I said, "Oh, damn! If you people are still going to go after all these years in my generation." And say, "Oh, I don't want so and so to think so and so." Screw so and so. You really think you're going to stop them from thinking what they want to think? No, how? No, you're not. Or we wouldn't have people walking around going, "I almost believe it was real when they tried to assassinate the president, killed those folks." And yeah, what? How can you stay quiet? How can you not say, I hear my TV's trying not to do what I told it to. I don't like it when it does that. And unfortunately for me, it does that. It keeps wanting me to sign in. I've been lazy. I haven't signed in. I keep going on as a guest for you. And I like to put YouTube up and let it play music or whatever I'm checking out this morning or this afternoon today. I do apologize. I am way late. I see I've chattered on about this for most of my space today. I only go on for an hour. I might find more viewers if I just sat up here and opined for like 12 hours. Yeah, I could do that. I don't even need a list for topics. No, I mean, yeah, I could do this for like days on end. with no prep. I do not, as you see, put things down there I take from other people and say, oh, look at this, and I'll tell you. If you want to see that, fine, come to me. But there are others who do that. I'm pretty sure you would go to them. If you want to, like I said, opine as if we were social Woodstock and that we can get up here and we can talk to millions of people. No, I don't reckon that we would actually be in a space where millions were watching us in live time, but that we could get people who would go, you know, this is right. Why aren't we doing this? This is what I want to reach. I want to reach the people going, you know, they're scared. Yeah, I mean, my fellows have told me that they're frightened, not only with just the title of what my podcast is, but they're frightened that they weaponize the IRS that come after me. But they, you know, they weaponize the police, and I'm like, well, they didn't do a good job because mainly the police are killing innocent people, and then they in turn are being murdered themselves, and they were innocent themselves of any wrongdoing, except for trying to uphold the law of the land. Uh, they're finally again wanting to put God back in schools, and I've often wondered, you have to still swear into the courthouse that you will speak the truth, nothing but the truth. And they took the Ten Commandments out, and you're not supposed to have anything from religion to do with that. Yet they still swear on the Bible. Are they not confused? You think if they that confused, they should not be there. I get a lot of screaming. My husband and I, we've only been to court a couple times in my case, and I lost vigorously in both cases. Wasn't even allowed to talk on the second case. Was just told what it was and what I do, and in 30 seconds that shit was over. Yeah, you learn. You learn. Yeah, I've had my days where I won, so you know what can I say? Yeah. So those of you who are out there, you know, get the hell up off the couches. Turn your computers on. Turn on your Chromebook. Turn on your tablets. You're all glued to your damn phones. If nothing else, I should be able to get through to my son's generation in their 40s because this is what they do. They do this at work. They do this at home. They're eating like this. They're talking like this. Did you see that one? Put that shit down. It annoys the hell out of me. My son knows this and puts it down the whole time I'm there. He don't pick it up. Take that bitch. You never see it again. I'm talking to you. Yes, I'm extremely mean. When I'm talking to you, you better damn listen. I love that cinnamon touch. But I'm going to have to go because I have, like I said, tons to do today. And I hate doing that. This is the second time this week I have managed to put something on film. I guess this is what we still call it. Um, trying to. Anyway, my husband, again, doesn't feel well, bless his heart. And I guess if you get into your late 60s, he's going to be 69, 68, 69. Yeah, he's going to be 69. He said something about the last few days that I went out. And I somehow managed to take one day. I didn't go out yesterday. But I did go out the few days this week. And wherever I went, like I like vintage wear, the dresses, like the old 50s dresses, you know, the A-frame, you know, the flared skirt, the cinched in waist and stuff. Different types of the same dress, basically. Different materials, different ways to put the neckline, whatever. You know, you can have the scoop, you can have the sweetheart, whatever. And so, you know, I'll change that. But I wear those a lot because in my age, and I don't know about the rest of you women, but I didn't do dieting. I had never gained any weight when I was younger. This was what I looked like. The nose wasn't as big. But I didn't have so much weight either. And now I have, you know, and yeah, I have these cheeks, like chipmunk cheeks. I don't mind it. I'll be 65 in a few weeks, and I'm not ashamed of that. I think I rock this shit. I don't care. I never cared really. It's been pretty much, listener, get the hell out of my way, and I'll deal with you in a minute. Don't think I will come back to you. I will. I learned a long time ago I can sleep when I'm dead. That's the other thing I never understand. People walking up to people in coffins going, "Oh, they look good." They dead. Look how nice they look. They dead. Yeah, they don't look good. They dead. This is why, and I have the military funeral. I want that done. It was done for my ex-husband, who also was an Army veteran. Sorry to say that he's up there now. Well, not sorry, but yeah, sorry. I mean, we didn't keep in touch the last 35 years or so. But he's the father of my child, and no one wishes anyone ill, or some women might. I don't believe in that. You know, let go of that crap. It just gets in the way. I didn't live nowhere near him, even though I had come back. I've gone back and forth and lived in Texas like 8 times in San Antonio, always San Antonio. I don't think I'll be doing that again because I've seen what happened, and I don't get me started on the border crisis or how many murderers, rapists, thieves, terrorists, overall bad freaking people that they've let in. And that's not nothing. That's nothing. People think it's only on the Texas line or the California. No, 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 no. They go up into Canada. They land in there and come through Canada, which New York touches Canada. I don't think people really know their geology lately. Get a globe, get a map. I don't know. But they're just chunking them into New York still. What's left in New York? There's no stores. There's no cafes anymore, especially outdoor cafes or even indoor cafes because everybody was hitting them. Even fracking laundromats were targeted, destroyed, destroyed. People weren't using them. Shit, let's get them borders. And this is why Gaza was such a damn mess, folks. And most of them, if you find a mosque in that area, you will find that people are living as absolute pigs. And I don't say that lightly. It's not as if I didn't do my homework first. Most of your immigrants who come over here live like pigs anyway. They didn't have electricity, they didn't have money, they just put together a shack or took somebody else's building and said, screw you if they came back to try to get it fixed up. You can pull it up on YouTube, see what you want. I don't care. It's true. It's going on everywhere. This is why people have suddenly, again, and I started off my talk with, um, just doing their own protest now. Yeah, that's great. That's wonderful. It's time for you to get out. However, you have to remember 3 girls died. Hmm? 8 children are still in the hospital. Those little girls, hopefully, are not still fighting for their lives, have stabilized. But this has been a month almost. It seems like anyway. Probably not. But these babies died, and they said, "Oh, it wasn't a terror attack. The guy was from Nigeria, and he was actually born here, and it was his parents who were there." I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. He's a terrorist. Were these little girls terrified when they died? You bet your sweet ass they were terrified when they died. Do you think these 8 little girls who are still fighting for their lives are terrified? You bet your nappy ass they're terrified. Well, from what I understand, the teacher that stood over them and protected them, a beautiful little lady, young girl, died. She took so many blows from that knife to save those babies. So we have a hero here, and I need people to stand up and say so. You need to get your shit together over there, Britain, United Kingdom, however you want to style yourself. That's who I am. That's my DNA as well. Although I do identify, by the way, as an American. You know, us guys over the sea. Over the pond is us Americans. So get a grip. Help these families. Let them grieve. Stop burning down shit. Stop knocking in windows. Stop this shit. Get out there and be adults. Okay? Get out there and be adults. Stop taking this from the families who are suffering this shit. And for God's sakes, you are not on the side of right if you are out there doing this crap. Okay? Those cops go home and put their pant legs on one leg at a time, just like you freaking do. You're making them goddamn come after you. Stop it. Stop it. You understand what a peaceful protest is? Well, the Palestinians are getting it mainly right. Oh, yes, they put a lot of trash, a lot of broken bottles, and all that stuff down. But don't be like them. Knock it off. Stand up, stand tall, say the truth. Don't go for people who are destitute, who are scared stupid. Hmm, hmm. The ones that are in these parades and shit, you need to follow the fracking money on. That's not the guys that are in these things that are homeless shelters. That's not them. Oh, that might be where they're from. They might be an immigrant, but that's not them. They're not out there doing that shit. They're tired. They're poor. They're scared. They don't know where they are. They don't know what to do. Yeah, they got too many in there. I agree, all over the place. And so many people now are stepping up and saying you can't send anymore. Y'all should have known it was a flapping problem when the Arabic speaking nations of the world in the Middle East did not take any of these people. So the people you need to blame are not the immigrants. The people you need to blame are the ones you supposedly elected. And this is an ivory free nation on the planet. And the other problem you have is with the Middle East. Wake up, look at a map, look at the news, and look at the truth. And then come talk to me. If you still don't get it, because it ain't rocket science. Because if it was rocket science, I wouldn't have got it either. Okay? I didn't say I was, in Mensa. Again, it's not rocket science. You don't have to have 15 degrees. And even if you do have 15 degrees, you're usually one of the idiots out there with a placard that says from the sea to the, river to the sea. Rather, they don't even know what river and sea. By the way, it's the Mediterranean, Jordan. The Mediterranean Sea, if anybody doesn't get a map. Oh, that was loud. I wonder what fell. I never know. It booms in my headphones, and I'm like, nah, nah, nah. But I see my time is gone, and I'm still exhausting my chatting. Just my opinion, and I'm allowed to fucking have it. And so are you, by the way. Just in case you see me. You're allowed your opinion. You're allowed to say something about this damn shit. You're allowed to get up there and say, this is damn shit. That's the truth about any number of items that's going by. For those of you who want to understand what the Bible has, what the Bible is going to, prophecy, things like this, but you want to understand in the 21st century, go see Trey Smith. Shout out Trey. Love you, Trey. He has a lot of stuff. He's made a lot of videos on this, and they are worth every penny. If you don't want to spend that money, you can get them free on YouTube, and you can download them, and you can watch them, and they are damn good. Damn good. I don't usually endorse anything. As I said, I don't make any money at this, but I wholeheartedly and happily endorse Trey Smith. Look him up. Learn something, guys, about what's going on our planet. And you will see what you see on, I used to say, the 5 o'clock news. You will see that somebody prophesied about that 5 years ago. No, I'm not a Bible thumper, and I'd have to pick one. You made me think about the Old Testament, guys. What's the Old Testament? It's the Torah. Jesus is in the Quran. Mother Mary is in the Quran. The Quran is not a bad book. It too is history and religion, just like the Torah, just like the King James Bible. For those of you who don't know, show of hands who did King James Bible. Nobody? Yeah. Y'all know the story of Queen Elizabeth and Mary, Queen of Scots, right? She ran to her cousin, who was Queen Elizabeth, when the Scottish tried to kill her. Because apparently she assassinated her husband or something like that. Yeah. She had a baby. Guess what his name was? Anybody? Yeah, it was James. James. Now, when Queen Elizabeth first died, and she was a Tudor, her father was King Henry the Eighth, and her mother was Anne Boleyn. So there were only two from that line of the Tudor line, which would have been Mary, which was his daughter by his first Catherine for King Henry, and the second was Queen Elizabeth I, who never married. Right? She never married. So the Tudor line did die with her. However, there was still a line on the other side. And who would that be? Of course, a Stuart. That's a fun name to follow. Yes, it is. Fun stuff. Follow the Stuarts. Wow. Yeah. So, yes, that's Scottish. and so am I. But mainly, you see the red hair, green eyes. Yeah, I'd be Scottish mainly. A lot of the other two, Ireland and England as well. That's about it for me. So I, so they didn't get around much. But King James was Mary, Queen of Scots, who Queen Elizabeth I, had beheaded. That was her only baby, King James. He became the first king of both England and Scotland, and of course they throw Ireland in there. This is before they became this United Kingdom. That's another story. It's a good story. So your King James Bible, by the way, is King James of England, Scotland, and Ireland. And you remember King Henry VIII had gotten rid of the church and became, that's it, guys, the Church of England. Yes, that's why Queen Elizabeth II has a lot of trouble with Princess Diana, and she had gotten much better by the time that I call her Princess Catherine arrived as William's bride. Beautiful woman, another one. We may not call Melanie a queen, but she held up real damn good. I was proud of the United States, and I was proud of who was storing that ship. I sure was. I've always liked Queen Elizabeth II, and I've always been in favor of the monarchy. That's another one. Yeah. So think about this, fellas. Come on. If your Bible goes back that far, again, if nobody knows, we're talking like what? 15th century? Go with that, maybe 14th, end of the 14th. Yeah, so you've got 600 years of just the King James Bible, which again has the Torah as the Old Testament. And there's a lot they kicked out of there. But that's another story too. Charlemagne, so forth, comes into that picture. So yeah, figure it out. Follow the footprints of the Bibles and so forth you're looking at. The Jehovah Witnesses, the Evangelists, the Baptists, the Methodists. They shouldn't be confused. Christian, Catholic. I mean, I don't know how y'all sort that out. I don't believe in organized religion. That's the best way I can put that. I believe in Jesus wholeheartedly. There's a young lady who did a painting of him when she died as a young baby, went over, come back. She's a teenager now, and those paintings are worth millions. And I saw one of the beautiful portraits that she did of Jesus when she was just a little baby. She had to stand on a stool. So this takes up walls. And this man looks like he's sitting there. You could just feel. Oh, it's amazing. I still look it up when if I get upset about it, I'll go look him up. There's no doubt Jesus was alive. Jesus is a real thing. I don't know what they're going to do about the temple, but by the way, all those missiles that are coming over, they're not going to aim at Jerusalem because what? You got the golden with the rock there, so they're not going to hit Jerusalem. So those of you who live in Jerusalem are pretty safe. The rest of you need to, get in your shelters. So I don't know if it's start of World War III or not. I hope not. If so, it is my generation where it will occur, and we will not pass away until the end of that. Now, if you want to find out anything about that, Tim LaHaye series, Left Behind, I think it has 20 books. I've got all of them. That's another one. That's the best if you're going to read it out. Trey Smith, love you guy, is the best today to look into that if you don't know. Don't have just a priest yell at you this passage or that passage. Yeah. Read this shit. You don't need anybody to tell you. You don't need these Bible thumpers, as I call it. Give this theory. What is it? No. They don't need a freaking another plane. Get over it. Come and join me. Come to the bar. Tell me, okay, that's not quite what we thought. Just bring it. Come and see me. Share me with your friends. Maybe they don't mind coming over and seeing the old lady hippie at the bar. Until then, guys, toodle pip. And God bless. We gave you already the largest